Good blessed throwback Thursday, April the 9th, 2024. The time being about 8:04 a.m. I greet all human beings with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment right to the United States Constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to gather, freedom to associate. I also like to say I'm greeting all human beings all around the world. All around the world. All around the world. All around the world. All around the world with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessing of God be with you. I come today to first say to the family here in Charleston, Missouri, who loved one was just found deceased by the lake, one of the lakes here in Charleston, Missouri, going out of town. It's something about his death that remind me of my son's death. Y'all keep in mind what I'm talking about. His wallet being found after his body was found. Also want to say that we praying also not just with the family here in Charleston, Missouri, but we praying with the family in Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County, who loved one came up missing, and I believe they just recently found his body in a search. I believe it was last week, Friday, around April the 4th or the 5th of 2024. I want to take y'all back to another Friday. It was March 19th, 2021, 3 years ago. My son, Brian Lamont John's body was allegedly found on that day, hanging from a third floor railing in a secured building, the Gaslights Apartments in Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County, in the 400 block of North Oakland Street, on the corner of Oakland, 400 block north and 400 block west of Sycamore. Now, my son, even though he was out there getting high, he was trying to get away from all that there. That's something the police and the people in the town, they refused to say. All they just said was he was suicidal. But if they really thought that my son committed suicide for this past 3 years, when me and my two youngest daughters, they'll be 18 and 19 in July of this year, but they was 14 and 15. We was going back and forward so many times, speaking to city council, the police chief, these black organizations, to no prevail. The detective, he kept on saying, well, he was suicidal. They didn't have his name in the newspaper. His death wasn't even reported in nothing. The news media in the Southern newspaper in Southern Illinois, none of them, the organizations, I'm talking about black or white organizations, none of them wouldn't help me and my daughter to try to get the word out. I had to start putting it on my YouTube video. I'm going to show you what they think about people when they living in a homeless shelter or a person that's out on drugs and they don't think they know anybody. Some people might get angry with what I'm saying, but you can get angry if you want to, but I'm keeping 100% real. Now, this recent death, may he rest in peace, and may they find out what happened to him in Carbondale, Illinois. But this recent death, if you read it up, the chief of police, who is the acting city manager too of Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County, they said he was out on the search. He said the whole city, all the city departments of the city of Carbondale, Illinois, they was out on the search. Communities was out on the search. And then I'm saying to myself and my daughters and them watching, they said, Poppy, why wasn't nobody out of these 3 years, nobody speaking up about our brother? Oh, I forgot. The news, they had it on the news. They had it in the newspaper when he was missing and when he was found. I knew the family of the missing individual. You see, my son didn't have nobody that had connection with City Hall. My son didn't have nobody that's connected with these individuals that's getting this government grant money. You see, the individual that lost his life, and if somebody took it, may justice be done for anybody taking anybody's life. But when it comes to a human being, one thing about God, if God gonna send a search party out for one individual, he gonna send a search party out for all. You see, the search party went out, every city departments went out there because the individual's grandmother is a city council member. Let's keep it real. I know some of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but it's other people that's been missing, and the city didn't send everybody out. You know why? Because they don't give a damn about too many other people. I know they don't give a damn about my son because I spoke to every last one of them black, white, city council members. 2 different mayors. There's a black mayor now. The black mayor worked it at the homeless shelter with my son. Her husband, a deacon, he was more help than any of them. But then none of them mentioned my son. Every time me and my daughter went down at a city council meeting and we spoke about my son, didn't damn one of them say a damn word. Not a damn word. But everybody's speaking now. You see, but God see this stuff that y'all doing. You follow what I'm saying? God don't look at no one person because his family member is a president or something. His family member is a part of some organization. His family member is rich or poor. God look at all us the same way. Some of y'all don't like it. I'm keeping it 100% real. And if you call yourself wanting to threaten me, I've been threatened many times. Matter of fact, the place I'm out here now in this lake by Boomland, I've been threatened. People telling me to come down here at night at 11 o'clock and cut my phone off. Go down to Dorino, my phone can't get no connection. They got trees with a rope with a tree, with a rope in a tree waiting to hang me. I done had all type of threats. But let me tell you something, threats don't mean nothing to me. When they threaten me, I play James Brown's song. A dark night ain't nothing cutting. Y'all just talking loud and ain't saying nothing, not a damn thing that concerned me. My son was a human being. I don't care if he was on drugs. I don't care if he did live in a homeless shelter. My son was a human being. He wasn't no human being to none of you black or whites in Carbondale, Illinois City Council or City Hall. He wasn't no human being to y'all. But one thing about it, you notice I ain't shut up now But one thing about y'all, I don't care how powerful y'all think y'all is. Everybody gotta die one day, but when you die, where you going? The whole city hall down there in Carbondale, Illinois, if the Bible is correct, every last one of y'all going to hell. Y'all don't like what I'm saying, do you? Every last one of y'all going to hell. The police department too. And you black organizations. Here it is, me and my daughter spoke about somebody named Michael Vallet and his wife, Katie Vallet. Michael Vallet is black. Katie Vallet is white. They had my son food stamp card, spending it 39 days after my son was found dead. But now one of y'all in City Hall, y'all didn't do no search on that. Y'all didn't care nothing about that. The prosecuting attorney didn't even care. The prosecuting attorney is a Spanish gangbanger from 71st and Marsfield area in Ashland in Chicago, Illinois. Now he's a damn prosecuting attorney down there. But he working hand in hand with them sellout ass blacks and them racist ass whites. Y'all don't like this, do y'all? Y'all hear them sirens? Is y'all sending them for me? Huh? Man on the loose. But let me just finish this here. Me and my two youngest daughters, we gonna continue our fight for my son. Because we know he was murdered. Because when they found him dead, when I started doing my investigation, a white female claimed she found his wallet about 4 or 5 blocks away. One of his pockets was inside out. Money was balled up in his hand, and the CSI lady didn't even take that and put it in the evidence bag. The damn so-called deputy coroner put it in the body bag. They didn't even, the deputy coroner or the coroner didn't even examine my son's body. He supposedly found dead on March 19, 2021 on a Friday. And I was contacted on March the 24th, 23rd, and me and my two youngest daughters went down to Carbondale on the 24th, 5 days after my son was dead, and he didn't have no shirts on, a white female around the corner on the 3rd floor. Says she found his shirts outside of her door, and she took them inside. Ain't that something? Before she took them inside, she took pictures of his shirts, the way she claimed they was. Then she took pictures as she separated them, and she told him she took them in the house. Then she said she went downstairs, going downstairs from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor in the hallway, she found his mask. Then downstairs, she found a fire extinguisher broken out. Then when she went outside in the midst of winter, no damn shoes on, looked to the left on the outside and found the axe that's supposed to belong to my son. But the axe that they showed when on midnight of 2021, March 19, the axe didn't have no tape on it. This had duct tape on it. But they didn't see nothing wrong with that. Oh, that's right. Me and my daughters wasn't on the city council. Me and my daughters wasn't some of the blacks that sell out other blacks for that damn grant money. But you can't take that grant money to hell with you, because all that shit burning up. Am I angry? You damn right I'm angry. But if I'm going to sin in my anger, no, I ain't going to sin in my anger. But I'm going to let y'all know I got God on my side. Y'all don't have God on y'all side. You see what I'm saying? You can't stop something. God lets you see shit. When you disregard other human beings, God lets y'all see something. Why wasn't that girl arrested or questioned down in the police station that found my son wallet? You know why? Because she was white. My son was black. Why wasn't that white woman that had spending my son food stamp, they seen her on camera, why wasn't she taken downtown to the police station and made a police report and recorded her statement? Because she white. But her husband, the black sellout Negro, they took him down there and questioned him, but they let him go. You know why? Because he working hand in hand with them. He working hand in hand with Carbondale United, Nancy Maxwell, and all them other sellout groups down there. Hey, Adam Lopes, I give you a thumbs up. Don't get Nancy Maxwell and the Carbondale United a damn penny, man. They ain't doing where they so-called violent interrupters at. They ain't no damn where. You know where they at? They getting money, Adam Lopes, and ain't doing a damn thing. Nancy Maxwell, people are talking about you with them George House homes. When you claim you was helping them out, they starving now. But I'ma leave like this here. One thing about it, the only time Raymond Lewis Ivy gonna stop talking about you sellout Negroes and you white supremacists is when God tell me, servant, job well done. But let me tell you, it's a lot of other things that the police department didn't do. And you see, City Hall could have did it. Them blacks that they got in there, they don't give a damn about Carbondale. If you look at most of the Carbondale United City Council meetings, all they talk about is getting grant money for their organizations. The blacks, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm going to leave like this here. God knows best. Justice will be for my son. It may not be today. I might not live to see it, but it will be done. Y'all watch. Watch and see while I watch and pray. Now, if you don't like this, don't watch it. Threat me if you wanna. I ain't gonna run from you. You know where I live at. When you come on that property, it said do not trespass. No trespassing. Private property. When you come on there, I don't care if you got a damn badge. I don't care if you got a black robe. If you ain't got a warrant. It's 2 funeral homes here. Williams and McMichaels. Think about it. Peace be still. I forgot to tell y'all that they had helicopters out there too. They had a lot of people out there, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I also want to tell y'all that me and my 2 youngest daughters, we went down there so many times, I got kind of cut off when I told y'all we went down there and spoke. Both of my daughters spoke in the city council meetings in Carbondale, Illinois, showing how we felt it was racism for when the black husband and the white wife was found spending my son's food stamp card 39 days after his death, how they took the black individual downtown and video recorded his statement, his interrogation, but went to the school where his white wife worked at, the Carbondale Rebound School. And ain't this something? For parents, deal with for parenting. Ain't that something? But they went down there and talked to her, but they don't have no recorded statement. Ain't that something? What type of investigation was that? They said she didn't even know. I didn't know Brian. You knew when you were spending his food stamp card. You knew it wasn't you. It wasn't your big husband. And it wasn't your big fat kids neither. And I don't care who don't like what I'm saying. But that's your racism, my young daughter said. Then we spoke so many other times that on 2 or 3 occasions, they had closed my son's case at first. But 2 or 3 occasions, they opened it again and looked into something else. When I told them about the white female that had my son's T-shirts and took them in her house and had pictures of my son's T-shirt, his face mask, and other things that my son had before the police had it. She gave me a copy of it after I came down there, but she had it before the police. And I said, why don't you search her house? They told me that it wasn't no reason to search her house. But when I brought it up again in a meeting last year, 2023, in December 2023 or January of 2024, guess what they did? 3 damn years later, they went to her house. But she been moved out. She snuck out of the place. She was one of them individuals that the women's shelters and the women groups help in women that's supposed to be abused get a place. But she moved out 3 months with that before they even found out she was gone, because my YouTube videos was exposing her. They went in her house 3 years later saying that they looked in there, they didn't see no sign of blood. They said that they didn't see no sign of forced entry, or no sign of anybody struggling up in there. They didn't sign no sign of struggling. But in that same apartment, 2 or 3 people done moved in there, and there's a female living in there now saying that the hole, even the maintenance guy said it's a hole in a window up there, which I got in my video to show straight down from that white female's apartment from the second floor downstairs. I videoed it and took pictures of glass down there. And this ain't even been fixed. But if they gonna look with their naked eye, they ain't gonna see no blood 3 years later, because they ain't looking for it. But if it was one of them city council members, or that detective that went in there, or that other individual he took in there, if it was one of their family members, I bet you it would have been something different. But the same way y'all treated my son, God gonna let your families to be able to see the same doggone thing. I don't wish death on nobody. But y'all didn't show my son no regards. Y'all didn't show me and my family no respect. My son was a human being. Look at that handsome young man. He was trying to change his life. All y'all want is grant money. But I'm going to leave you with this here. Y'all don't have to publish my son. I'm going to publish him. I'm going to set y'all out. If something happened to y'all or your family members, I'm going to put it out and show what y'all do compared to other people, family members. They ain't a part of y'all clique. God ain't a part of y'all clique. Y'all always talking about God. Y'all always talking about what y'all trying to do for women and other people. Y'all don't give a damn about nobody but y'all self. Nancy Maxwell, that's all you and them other black individuals in there. Y'all want money. You talking about violent interrupter. Where in the hell y'all at? Nowhere. Peace be still.